I think as society has progressed and we've gotten more advanced, that we have stopped asking ourselves why and stopped doing stuff that is unique. And that's a problem. Um, what I have seen in the US where I'm from, um, especially is like everything people buy and a lot of people just end up looking the exact same. And I see it a lot in school. People buy the same stuff, but also like on the road with adults. You know, just cars on the road. That's the thing I noticed all the time was every car looks the exact same and it's boring. But why do we do it? It's because all the cars, they're as we got more progressed along in society, they got safer, and so people stopped buying like the cool muscle cars or like the interesting looking cars that are like cool colors. It's all like just black, gray, white, like really boxy, rectangular cars. Why? Um, I think now people are just doing what they're told, or they accept what they are told, and no one thinks for themselves anymore beyond just like, what am I going to do today? But, why am I doing what I'm doing today? Like, why am I going to class? Why am I doing this major? Why am I buying a car that looks really, really boring? And I've had a week to reflect, and I haven't really done much aside from study. Why? Because I assume that's what is expected of me. And while I'm studying, people are going and having fun and flying to other countries, and that's all fine and dandy. What they can do, good for them. Uh, but you know, I think what we now have to do is just take back our brains and take back, thinking for ourselves. I think just unplugging from other people telling you what to do and what is expected of you, and just having a little bit more fun, or like just removing all the gunk that is like clogged up in front of your own thoughts. Maybe this doesn't make sense, but I think we need to remove, like, get out all the information that people have told us is acceptable or is, you know, good or what is allowed, and just, do what we want. But I think we're now in a time where people don't really know what they want. For me, I'm in engineering and I don't really think it's that fun. And I think the classes are a hassle for how much I enjoy it, which is not very much. But the problem is when you look outside of what you are told, or like what I was expected to go into engineering, I don't really know what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing it. And I don't really know what I'd write in the morning, or, write my thoughts down if I wasn't writing about, the troubles of my day-to-day life. You know, there are other things to do beyond what we are doing, but it's so hard now to get that going. You know, we know what we don't like, but we don't know what we do. There's like a negative clarity, you know. Everything feels like flat, pointless. We all expect a process to be, we dislike something, we discover a passion, and we switch to passion. But, society's kind of failed us. And a lot of us just accept what's told to us and become sheep and mindless drones. So we don't know what to do when our base directive, you know, there's no command. There's no command that's given to us in the little code, the code studio. There's no command to fulfill. So we're just sitting there motionless, doing nothing. You know, I think occasionally we'll feel those bits of like excitement and genuine passion, but I don't think that's a very common thing. Like I felt that when I was applying for one of these jobs, these internships, but there's nothing else. What would I be doing if I dropped out of engineering right now and had all the time in the world to do what I wanted to do? I can't think of it. What do I want to do? I don't know. What do I like doing so much that I could drop everything I don't like doing and have all the time for myself? What would I do? Honestly, probably nothing productive. I'd just be, watching movies and eating and working out once a day. I think there needs to be a lot of reflection for a lot of people. And we just need to keep reflecting and just constantly putting our thoughts out there enough until we get rid of all the rot that's been built up in the front of our brains. We can actually get to something that is our own thinking. And I think that's a long process. And I hope some of this made sense. It's starting to make more sense to me, but it still feels like there's like a wall in my mind that there's a few cracks in it right now, but it's going to take a lot more cracks for that wall to topple over and for my own thoughts to come spilling out. So try to make this more regular, but once again, the ideas just aren't there. They're not flowing. So I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll get back to making these regularly. Probably more for myself than for anything. I don't think a lot of people watch this. So have a great night.